Nancy, have a seat. My husband and I live 2 doors down from Steve and Judy. If you've been to their Bay Hill party, you've probably fallen drunk into my house. And if you haven't, we look forward to seeing you next year. I just wanted to say something. I never worked with Judy. I only know her as a neighbor, and occasionally she used to run my ass around the spinning room at the YMCA, which was obviously a few years ago for me. So, but I would like to say this one thing. We have a neighbor. We have a neighbor. You might have heard she's a teacher. I don't know, I'm the neighbor, but she seems dedicated as a preacher. But we love her still, because she's really fun in Bay Hill. And this starts off tonight, a roasting of Judy, our special feature.
Okay, Carolyn.
Judy Callan became my friend at the Y, and we ran races together and had really good times together, and then she found out I was a former teacher and a substitute, so she started asking me like every other day. She would book me months in advance. She told the teachers at school that they weren't allowed to ask me unless they cleared it with her first. Which was really true, I'm not kidding. But she is such an inspiration to me, because as long as she's been teaching, you would think she was like a second-year teacher, because her enthusiasm, her concern for the kids, her joy every day when she gets to school, just the way she plans and prepares and talks to the kids, she truly, truly cares. And she's just been an inspiration to me, and I love her.
Anyway, what an honor to be here to honor one of my pals, affectionately known as JC, also known as, what do we start calling you? Energizer Buddy, Goldilocks, Judy Juice. Anyway, so a lot of you I know, some of you I don't know, but the way I know JC is we're neighbors and running friends, part of the running group. And of course I've known her as a teacher for about 11 or 12 years since I've known her. So JC did invite me to her classroom one time to, what was it, a teaching day. And I went in there, and what I do for a living is called bond business. And I was telling these kids about bonds. And, well, hold on. Keep in mind, JC's teaching like, you know, gifted kids, right? Fourth and fifth grade, is that there? So I'm talking about bonds and money and finances. And I can tell these kids are getting really bored because they're JC students, right? They're used to hearing about adventures. So then I changed it up a little bit. I said, you know, you kids think I'm talking about bonds. I'm talking about bongs. When I mentioned bongs, all the kids got kind of excited about that. No, I'm just kidding. They don't even know about it. Anyway, so I was thinking about my time with JC, and we've run 5 marathons together, and we've run about 10 half marathons together. So when I put that together and all the training that went into it, JC and I have, on foot, been together for at least 3,000 miles. So we've talked about everything under the sun. We've been through the trials and tribulations, and she's been there every step of the way for me. But you know, what I've always found about JC, and I could tell you about the stories of, you know, running New York City Marathon and Chicago Marathon, but my favorite Chicago Marathon story is this. So we're at the Chicago Marathon. It's about 35 degrees that year. Wow. So everybody was wearing sweatshirts and sweatpants at the start because we're freezing waiting for this thing to start. So as you get underway, everybody discards all their clothing that they're wearing. And literally the streets are just littered with stuff. Like, it wasn't very good logistically. As we spoke about it afterwards, they didn't pick up all the clothes. Well, JC must have had a little fall over one of the sweatshirts or sweatpants. Now, granted, we have to run 26 miles. Okay, so here we are trudging away 26 miles. I had this particular marathon loaded my pockets up with like Tylenol or something. Somebody said, just take Tylenol every 2 miles, you'll be fine. That's a true story. I had no idea what it was going to do to my liver, but anyway. So we get to like mile 20-ish, and JC's, we catch up with each other, we lose each other, we catch up with each other. And JC says to me, hey, you have any more of that Tylenol? I'm like, no, JC, I ate it all. I finished all the Tylenol. She's like, oh, my arm is kind of bothering me. So anyway, we finish the marathon, we get to 26, we get to the tent. JC is in a little bit of a pain, I guess, but not really complaining. We ran probably 15 miles together, there was not one word of complaint. So we ended up going to the hospital just to get her checked out.
Oh, I'm so surprised to hear that.
And it turns out, JC ran this freaking 26 miles because she fell at like mile 1. With a broken arm. I kid you not. Freaking broken arm. It was unbelievable. So it's the winner of the marathon who fell on the ice and hit his head and got knocked out and is in the hospital, and JC and I in the same hospital getting work done for her broken arm. So that's not even the best part of the story.
We gotta wrap it up.
So, hey, I warned them if they gave me this mic, I might not relinquish it. So anyway, the best part of the story is we're in Chicago, and the run is like a conduit to hang out in Chicago, right? So I'm like, JC, we gotta go to a blues club or something. We're in Chicago, right? So there we are, like midnight. It was probably midnight. JC and I were hanging out at BB King's Blues Club in Chicago with her broken arm in a cast. Unbelievable. Okay. All right, so that's it. So there's so many more stories about JC and I. All right, hold on. So I will tell you this though. As a professional, her retirement is amazing. As a runner. I mean, she's like at the Y all the time. I will tell you, what impresses me the most about JC is her determination, her desire, her focus, her complete, commitment, and that was just to get to the bar tonight to get a glass of wine. Anyway, I love you, JC. Congratulations.
Very disappointed that Judy didn't register at Total Wines for like a gift register. I was totally expecting it, and so when I showed up there today and asked for your name, they were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, okay, well, so, and I won't go on about, I expected many stories about her parking ability, or the fact that
Something wrong.
she can do the La Cucaracha and the worm like nobody else. And so we are expecting to see that later. Right? So there are many names that we've called Judy through the years to her face. Bubbles, the Energizer Bunny. Judy with no booty is my favorite. Once she broke her foot, went on a cruise with us, and did not miss a step the entire time, dancing, carrying on with all that. So, but she's got many accomplishments. Marathon, half marathon, numerous podium events that I had to take pictures of her up there, accepting her awards. Teacher of the Year, she's got all these accomplishments, but the question is, so what next? What do you do from now? So, in order to keep a happy marriage, I enlisted a few friends and asked, what should she do next? So I have compiled this entire book here of potential jobs that you could do from now on. Okay? Starting with, of course, simple things like things with a Y, but dog walker, stuntman, sex toy demonstrator. This is my favorite. My favorite is Uber driver. Before 5. There are numerous resumes or applications here for the Dollhouse and Rachel's. Pole dancer. Let's see. There are just so many of them. Let's see. Sports team mascot. Working in the toll booth. I think the 1-900 operator though may be the winner for Rachel's or the Dollhouse. But certainly there's many options for you, and there's lots of things for you to do. But although of all the names that we've called you, the one that I'm most honored to say is that I'm honored to call you my friend. And it's been a pleasure this whole time. I didn't know you on it from a work perspective, but as a personal friend, I couldn't be more happy to call you my friend. So.
Hello, I'm Colleen, and I'm a teacher. Supposed to say hello, Colleen. Okay, thank you. When I first started teaching, a long time ago, I met Judy at the ELC. Our school was not finished yet. And I saw this cute little thing with a short skirt and fishnet stockings.
They were all the rage in Italy.
They were all the rage in Italy is what we heard. And I was like, I don't know who that is, but I want to be that. And sure as anything, I sit down at the 4th grade table, and who is with me? Judy. So she started me off in my career, which, again, 19 years. I was 12 when I started. And I wouldn't have made it without her. We used to say that we would wake up dead and come to work. So Karen, I don't know what you're talking about for calling you all the time. Okay, because she's got 1 million hours built up. She taught me that dedication was okay to do, you know, is okay to have. And I knew this as a Catholic on Ash Wednesday when I couldn't make it to Mass. Judy said, Colleen, don't worry, it's all right. And I said, but come on, Judy, we're here. And she goes, yes, I know. Let me show you a little trick. And she walked to the pencil shop. Got a little dust, made a little cross, and we had gone to Mass. So she made it okay for me. That's just one of the many things she's taught me. Then, you know, when we said, you know, there's this wonderful new school opening, you know, you have been at Southwood for quite some time, Colleen. Not many teachers stay at the same school the entire career. Judy said, let's go try it out. With Dr. Jones. I said, all right. Because, you know, I want to be that. So, we went, and we were introduced to the fact that sometimes people actually use curriculum in books. And I said, what is this magical thing that tells you what to teach? So, you know, we would meet with my team, Barron in the house, there you go, he was on our team, that's right. So when I said, you know, he helped us a little bit, he's like, hey, ladies, I've got this. So we would turn the page, we would look, we would go, we would prepare, and we said, we got this. And we were in the lounge, eating lunch, and Judy said, you know, my kids didn't really respond to this opening that I had. It was the week, it was the new story. And she says, you know, and Greg and I had looked and read, and we said, yeah, it's a story about, you know, whatever it was, I don't know. And she goes, I asked them, what do you know about wax? And we said, what are you talking about? She had turned to the next unit and was asking the kids all about wax and Icarus flying too close to the sun, and Greg and I are like, no, Judy, turn back a whole unit. You're the best teacher ever. And no, and I jest, but she is the best teacher ever. They didn't have mentors, but she is my one and only mentor. So thank you, Juju. Thank you.
Oh, Judy. Judy. So, you hear some people talking about your nicknames. We've heard JC, Judy with no booty, I like that. That's a good one. We know Judy as Judy Cat. We also know her as Groovy Judy. Hostess with the mostest.
That's right.
Lots of stories that we could tell because this is a roast and a toast. So we do have to talk about a couple of stories. Some of my favorite ones, I'll just highlight two of them. One was when we recently went on a cruise a couple of years ago. We went on a Disney cruise. And we're getting ready for the pirate show. So we had all walked up to get a spot, and we're all walking together, and we said, okay, let's hold this spot right here. Judy stood there, holding the spot for us. We went back to get a drink. We come back to the spot of where we were. We see Judy getting into this argument with this lady. We're like, what the hell just happened? There was a kid that was sitting on the ground near the spot. We know Judy as the affectionate one for teaching, not the sweet one. She told the kid, get out of that spot. You cannot hold it for your mother. Your mother's not here. The boy ran to his mom crying, which is like the blah to say something to her. Needless to say, we still did keep the spot. They did make us. Another favorite memory that we have is we ended up one time at a going away party for me when I was leaving to go to Disney, and somehow we ended up going to Rachel's that night. So I think that job application is going to come in handy for you, Judy. So we're there. And Judy has a black jacket that she has. She throws the jacket on the chair. We have a great time. We're drinking, we're having fun. She picks up what she thinks is her black jacket. However, it wasn't. It was one of the patrons in the bar. And she took the keys to the person's car. Yeah. That was it. We also know about Judy as in when we're going out with her, she's the only person that I know that can fall asleep on command. Like she has narcolepsy. And then when you say, Judy, she wakes up, hey, I'm ready to go, But with saying all of that, we have to come for the reason why we are here. It is to honor Judy. So I got to meet Judy in 1997. I was a kindergarten teacher. So started off together. And I remember hearing her talk, and she started talking about New York. And I said, oh, I love you. You're going to be my new best friend. And that's how it started from there. So everyone knows that Judy has the biggest heart in the world. She will definitely give you the shirt off her back. Maybe. She will. So Judy, what I love about Judy is that she is also known as the Queen Bee.
Yes.
In case you don't know, she is the Queen Bee. So one of the things that I respect about Judy is that she was always that voice for me that anytime there was a question or a situation and I needed to debrief with someone, we would have many, many conferences all the time. Some not over drinks, some over drinks, but it was always a good time. So what I have to say to Judy is that I'm so proud to have the opportunity that we crossed paths and think that almost 20 years later we're all still together, and it's because of you. So I know this this is just a change. So we still expect to hear great things and for you to continue great things. And that's why I'm
for 45 years. We tried to invite, some of you people have heard this already, but we tried to invite some people from our first class, but they're 55 years old. They had difficulty getting there. In any event, I do want to say that she has had to make many moves in furtherance of my career. And she's taught in New York State. She taught in a Catholic school in New York State. She taught in a private school in Italy. And she's taught down here. And each time she had to put a resume together and get interviewed and start from scratch again. And it's never been easy. Funny thing is, she was always hired. You know, teachers don't teach for the money because obviously they're not compensated nearly enough for what they do. But I've had the pleasure and the privilege of seeing her in a public setting with parents who have come up to us and said, what a difference your wife has made in my child's life. And I think that's the best recognition you can ever get. Most recently in a Publix, where a father came up to me and says, I have no idea how good your wife is. I said, I got an idea. In any event, Mrs. Callan, the floor is yours.
Colleagues for being here today. Have I really taught 45 years? I'm just thinking maybe I skipped high school. So don't date me, don't look at my age, because that's really a tender spot. Teaching has been my passion forever, really, and I have tried to give the gift of myself, my energy, my enthusiasm, my honesty, and my respect and love to every student I've ever met. Has every student that I encountered been easy? No. There's the Gordons and the Tates of the world that challenge me.
We love Tate, yes. 3 of us have Tate.
I have been privileged to have had in my classroom many fine young people. 45 years ago, some of them began to teach me how to teach when I thought I was fresh out of college knowing what to do. I calculated it recently. I've touched the lives of over 1,125 kids. They helped me build the first bridges. From them, I learned true teaching is a partnership. It only works when the teacher reaches beyond the outer image and looks into the heart and understands and respects what they see. It's a partnership with the parents, too. The student's role is to allow themselves to be seen not just for who they are or have been, but also for what they could be. And I always love to look to the future of them. It's with gratitude that I look back. I entered a profession dedicated to assisting young people achieve their potential, to revealing or finding their best selves. As I leave, I'm taking away so many heartfelt memories. I'll always remember the things we achieved together. Successful plays, Florida Live. 17 performances of Florida Live. 19 trips to St. Augustine with my special little place that I would retreat to, making sure that I had the last 3 time of the day. Fundraising, FSA, FCAT, it just goes on and on. I've been asked what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do a lot of things, and very few of them conform to the notion of retirement. In fact, that word retirement kind of annoys me because it's got the word tired in it, and that's not how I feel and who I am. I found this little quote from Helen Hayes, and I kind of liked it. It said, "People who refuse to rest honorably on their laurels when they reach retirement Seemed very admirable to me. I want to pay tribute to my family, Brian and Caitlin, my husband Steve, my colleagues, and my friends for their support and friendship over all these years. Always remember our shared laughter and joys, and there's been struggles too. Thank you everybody for being here tonight to celebrate with me. It's just the beginning of a different and new journey. And thank you, and fabulous! So party on, plenty of food, let's get some dancing moving, and let me turn this over to my host, Piper, but also, where's Kathy? Is Kathy still here? I can't thank Kathy and Piper enough for helping us with this space tonight, making it very comfortable. Where's Kathy? Okay.
I just want to close this out with a toast to our friend Judy, an inspiration to everybody here, I know. So raise your glass, take a toast, let's party. Cheers!
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. It was in the spring, but then spring became the summer. Who would believe you'd come along? Touching me, touching you. Here we go. Sweet Judy's retiring. Bum, bum, bum. Good times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined to believe they never would, but now look at the night and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And all your students and all these people, come on. We think of the hurt. The hurt rolls off our shoulders. How can we hurt when holding you? Alright, here we go, you gotta get somebody. Touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Judy's fine. We're tired and I don't think so. No way, no way. Sweet Judy's fine. What do you say, Judy? It's a pretty good crowd out here tonight, right? Dude, people, there's nothing like teachers. So for Judy,